So what Lance is advocating, as Don just so well explained, is the Seven Mountain Mandate. So the idea of the Seven Mountain Mandate, as Don just explained it, is divided into seven spheres or quote unquote mountains: family, religion, education, media, arts, entertainment, business, and government. So these adherents, they believe that they've been commanded to seize control of each of these quote unquote mountains by means of spiritual warfare, other tactics. You heard Walnu, he likes to refer to litigation, legislation, influencing public opinion. So their belief is that once Christians have established dominion over all these areas of society, 7 areas of society, as Don explained, they're going to be able to establish the kingdom of God on earth. And as some tell it, bring about the end times. Put a note in the back of pin that thought in the back of your head, because we're going to come back to that. Paula White is going to we're going to play a clip of Paula White actually explaining this. So we're just going to put a pin in that for now. I'm going to come back to that idea, and we'll talk about that. But according to the New Republic, a central tenet of the NAR's belief system is that it's God's will for Christians to take control of all aspects of U.S. society, including education, arts, entertainment, the media, and business, to create a religious nation. So they are wanting to create America, to be a theocracy. The NPR warned about NAR apostles, saying that many embrace a concept known as the Seven Mountain Mandate, which says Christians have a duty to God to take control of the 7 pillars of society: business, education, entertainment, family, government, media, and religion. L. Hardy in the outline wrote that these modern apostles want to use this Seven Mountain Mandate to reshape America and the world ahead of the end times. At the Conservative Political Action Conference, or what it's known as CPAC, fairly recently, college campus activist and Turning Point USA founder Charlie Kirk, you might have seen him on Instagram or Facebook. He has all these clips. Well, he declared that finally we have a president that understands the 7 mountains of cultural influence. According to Religion in Public, in an article published May 13, 2024, titled Belief in the Seven Mountain Mandate appears to be growing in the last year. In March 2023, there was a sample that 20% of American adults and 30% of American Christian adults believe in the Seven Mountain Mandate. By 2024, according to this report, that figure had grown to 41%. So you think that, okay, let's just stop here for just a second. You might think that this White House Office of Faith is a good thing. You might think that what Trump said about religious liberty is a good thing, but remember that nobody is neutral when it comes to matters of philosophy or religion or theology. As R.C. Sproul put it another way, R.C. Sproul once said that everyone is a theologian, right? The question is whether you're a good theologian or a bad theologian. So what we're talking about is a theology that at root is bad. It's bad because it has a poor, and I say poor meaning bad, unsound theological foundation. We're going to talk about that foundation. You might wonder, well, what is that foundation? We're going to talk about that foundation. But it's absolutely good what Trump is saying about having religious liberty, that everybody is allowed, right, to express their, views and opinions. We want to have a society where the open exchange of ideas can happen. And so when Trump says that, as Christians, we should want that. We should want to be able to say our piece, to engage what other people are saying fairly, equitably, and in a responsible way, as the First Amendment and the Bill of Rights allows us and affords us these opportunities. So we should be thankful for those things, but we have to understand that, as Don was saying, as we're saying today, that the foundation for this and who's leading it and who's leading the tip of the spear, if you will, is deeply concerning. That the agenda is not good in that it's unsound theologically, as we're gonna talk about. And so the point is that this report, this information that we're talking about today, is to make you aware the out there, when you're hearing about the fact that they want to litigate, they want to make laws, they want to reshape America, it should get your attention. And the more that you're hearing Trump talk about it, Paul White talk about it, Lance Walney's out there, Charlie Kirk is a major player out there in the media landscape. Your ears should be perked up. We want you to understand the influence of this. So